Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about art supplies for a 1-year-old. Now I feel like there's a lot of art supply and art idea videos out there, especially for like younger babies and also older toddlers like 3 and 4-year-olds. But I think sometimes those middle ages, like the 1-year-olds and the really young 2-year-olds, they kind of get left out sometimes, I feel like. You're not really sure what to do with them because they're too old for like the baby art, but they're too young for like the older toddler art. So I thought I'd make a video kind of showing like what I've been doing with my 1-year-old the past year and just give you guys some ideas if there's other young moms out there who are like wanting to know what kind of art their 1-year-old can do or their young 2-year-old, especially with all of us being in quarantine right now and needing some more ideas to keep our little ones entertained, or even if you're preparing for a little one in your home. If you're new here, my name is Autumn Renee. I do have a currently almost 23-month-old son with me. I am a foster parent and I am adopting my current son this summer. If you're more interested in our journey and foster care and all of that, you can definitely check out my channel. I make plenty of videos about foster care, adoption, and also tons of baby product videos like this. So if you're interested in that, definitely go and check that video out. And if you like this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I think is the most obvious when you're talking about art with young children is coloring. Now, I think when it comes to 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds, it's best not to use regular crayons. You can definitely get regular crayons if you want to, but the crayons that they have, like, they're just really hard for younger toddlers to hold and manipulate. So what I recommend is getting something like this. These are called honey sticks. And you don't have to get this particular brand. There's lots of different brands out there that make similar products to this. But basically, these are just really chunky crayons. They're really big. They come in all different colors. They're good feeling. They're really durable. And like I said, my son's been using these probably since he was like 9 to 12 months old. And he still uses them now as an almost 2-year-old. So they've really held up well. They're just really easier for him to grab. You know, their little hands, it's really hard for them to get those small crayons. So I think these chunky ones just really make coloring easier for them and really help them with those fine motor skills. I do know that Crayola also makes like an egg-shaped one, and that's also great for younger babies. So just really any kind of chunky crayon product is great. In addition, these are also like made of like all natural like ingredients that are non-toxic and safe for babies. So that just kind of helps. Like you can see here, it says made with 100% natural beeswax and non-toxic food grade pigments. So you don't really have to worry if they stick these in your mouth like you might if they stuck regular crayons in their mouth. So just an extra peace of mind for the younger kids. Another great alternative if you're wanting something that's a little bit more crayon-like is these crayons made by Melissa and Doug. And first, can we just take a moment to like appreciate how cute this is? Like this little like truck case is so adorable. But what makes these crayons special is they are triangular shaped. So if I open these up for you and show you, I don't know if you'll guys be able to see, but they're like a triangle rather than like circular. So they don't roll. So like a regular crayon, if you like set it down on the table, I would roll. The triangular ones don't, so it's great for those younger kids so the crayons aren't like constantly rolling off the table. So just another great crayon alternative if you're looking for something for a little bit younger kids. Plus, you get the adorable blue truck like case. All right, so those are like my crayon products that I would recommend. And going along with that, you definitely are going to want some sort of thing for them to color on. Now, you definitely don't have to be fancy about this. You know, especially younger babies, they'll be happy just coloring on like plain notebook paper. So you don't have to spend money if you don't want to, but I do, if you want like a toddler recommendation for a coloring book, I do love this one by Honey Sticks. It's made with 100% recyclable paper. It's made for young toddlers, so it's got this hard cover. It's not gonna rip. And what I love the most about this is they have like little labels of what the picture is. You can see my son's wonderful coloring there. And then it also has this fun little spot at the top where you can put their age and date. So you could keep up with like how their coloring changes over time. So, you know, how they went from 9 months to 24 months and like how much their coloring improved. So I kind of like that little extra touch for sure. And it is like nice and spiral bound. So like I said, this is a great like keepsake coloring book, just a little bit more durable for toddlers. So if you're looking for like a coloring book recommendation, I definitely love this one. But once again, you don't have to do anything fancy. You could get a simple cheap one like this one, you know, for like $1 at the dollar store. So, you know, it doesn't have to be fancy. All right, so that's it for coloring. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So another great toddler product is these Water Wows. Now, obviously, you can tell from the Melissa and Doug on the go, it is great for traveling, great for keeping in the diaper bag, but also just great for home. Now, basically the way these work, if you've not seen one of these, is you take this little thing out, this little brush, and you fill this part with water. And that's all it has in there, and they just paint with water on here, and when they paint, it adds color to the pictures. They're reusable, so like my son can use this for years and years and years. You never have to buy a new one. But they do make all different kinds. Like this is a like a pets themed one. And but they make all kinds. Like they make like mermaids and fish and all kinds of things. So if your kid's interested in something particular, you can definitely like check that out. But you can see it says there, color with water, let it dry out, and color it again. So it's really great and fun. He loves it. And once again, it's completely safe for younger babies because it's just water. You don't have to worry if they start chewing on it or something, like it's not gonna mess. And this is hard plastic, so once again, it's gonna be durable. These are by Melissa and Doug if you're interested in them. And yeah, Water Wows. It's a great product for young babies. All right, the next thing I wanna talk about is these Crayola Color Wonder Mess-Free Coloring. And this is a great thing if you want to introduce your kids to markers, but you're not kind of worried about them like coloring over everything. So if I open this up here for you guys, basically what it has is it has these little like markers in here. And they're called Color Wonder markers if you haven't seen them before. And basically they don't have any, like they can't mark on anything other than Color Wonder paper. So like I can sit here and try to mark on this. It's not going to make any kind of thing. I can mark on my hand. It's not going to go on anything. I can mark all over the walls, furniture. It's not going to put color on anything other than Color Wonder paper. So it's perfect for young children because you can give them a marker without like worrying that they're going to like color on your walls. So let me just go ahead and demonstrate for you guys real quick like how this works. So you'll have like this Color Wonder paper, and then I'll just start coloring, and then the color will appear. So see, it works on paper, but not on anything else. So kind of perfect if you're wanting to give them that marker experience without like worrying about them coloring on the paper or on the furniture. So anyway, Color Wonder, a great product, brilliant, whoever invented that. It's especially great for older toddlers who are kind of wanting to start branching out just from plain coloring, but like I said, you're worried about them getting all over themselves or your house. Color Wonder. All right, and once again, they make all different kinds. Like this is like a Peppa Pig one, which I don't usually like to buy like TV show character stuff, but this is all they had. But they do have other kinds of like Color Wonder themes. All right. Moving on from there, the next thing that I love, and this is one of the first art things I like to introduce to like a baby, like even like at 9 months, and that is stickers. Now, when you start out with stickers, I recommend getting these. These are just like the little like colored dots, like neon dot stickers. You can get them at like Target or Walmart, like for super cheap, like 50 cents. And the reason I love them is it's just so easy for their little hands to get like the big dots rather than like the kind of other smaller stickers. So I feel like these kind of stickers are just great for young babies. You can hand it to them and they can practice like putting it on their paper. It's so good for fine motor skills and really helps introduce stickers early. Once they've mastered that, then you can move on to other kinds of stickers. This is just something I got at the Target dollar spot recently, and this one has good dot stickers in it too, but it's also got more regular kinds of stickers. So you can start branching out once they've mastered the dot stickers. So yeah, stickers are great, but definitely supervise with young children so they don't eat the stickers. And that should really go for all of these art supplies. Even though all of these are mostly baby safe, I would definitely still supervise for sure. Okay, the next thing, and I admit this maybe isn't entirely in art supplies, but this is a sensory bottle. And I just bought this like in the pack of 4 on Amazon for super cheap. And what I love about these is you can just like fill them with anything. I mean, you can fill them with pom-poms, you can fill them with water and glitter, and you can have your child help you like put things in them too. Like I'll unscrew this and let you guys see. But it's just like a regular like bottle that screws on. And once you have everything you want in there, I just screw it back on, and then I like to duct tape it too, just to be like extra safe to make sure they can't get it off. And then just give it to them as like a sensory bottle to play with. So it's kind of like an art project plus like a sensory bottle they can play with for years to come. Anyway, I don't know. These are just great. Once again, super great for young babies, great for toddlers. Like, I feel like all ages love sensory bottles, so kind of a fun extra little thing to do. All right, next let's talk about painting. Every parent's dread, right? But painting is such a great activity for young toddlers. It's a sensory exploration. It gets them interested in art, and they just have a ton of fun. But obviously you want to use washable paint with young children. I love these My First Crayola finger paints. I got these in a finger painting kit, which I should have brought the paper out here, but it basically came with a giant pad of paper that's really big. So you can kind of spread it on the floor or on a giant table, so they have plenty of room to paint and they're not getting it on the table. And basically, yeah, I just put my toddler in a little art smock and let him go to town with the finger paint. It's great, it's fun. We don't do it all the time because it is messy. But once again, this is washable finger paint. It's non-toxic, it's safe for babies, it's not gonna stain. And yeah, it's just kind of great. We've just got the main colors here. But finger paint can come in all shapes and sizes. If you're worried about a younger baby eating it, you can definitely make your own homemade edible finger paint, and you can even paint with baby food. So if you're wanting a younger toddler or baby alternative, that's a great way to do painting. Another kind of painting you can start introducing, and I admit we're just now starting this with my son, but I feel like you could definitely start this earlier, and that is watercolors. Now, watercolors are also not going to be super staining. They're not super messy, but it's just kind of a great way to start introducing brush painting. You could give them a bigger brush. They make bigger, chunkier toddler brushes than this one, and just let them go to town. Start the watercolors, they'll start mixing colors, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. All right, the next thing is going to be some sidewalk chalk. This is a great outdoor type chalk. I just got this from the Dollar spot, but they definitely make more baby safe, non-toxic organic chalk if you want to get some fancy chalk. But I just supervise my son with this. We play outside and he colors on the ground, and he loves it because babies love to be outside and it's art, so it's a win-win. But yeah, so sidewalk chalk can be a great thing to introduce to toddlers. All right, next is going to be this stamping kit. So this is the My First Crayola Stage 2 Doodle, and basically it's got these little triangular stamps. Now, once again, what makes these different than a typical stamp is that they have this big, chunky kind of feel that makes it easier for the little hands to grasp. So it's really good for younger babies. Also, the ink is inside already, so they don't have to use a big stamp pad. If you've ever used regular stamps, you have to stamp it into that giant ink pad, which ink is A, very staining, and B, the kids are just going to be putting their hand in it. So what's great about these is there's no ink pad. The ink is already built into the stamp. So if you're wanting to introduce stamps to your child, these are great. And what's great about My First Crayola is it comes with everything you need. You've got the stamps and you've got all the pictures in there. It's just kind of an all-in-one thing. So definitely recommend these if you're trying to introduce stamps. All right, the next thing is do-a-dots. We actually did these today with my son. And I will say, do-a-dots can be a little bit messy if you're not super supervising. But what's great about do-a-dots is they're basically paint markers. And you open them up and they just have all these different colors. And it's just this little, almost like an ink pad right there. And you just stamp it on the ground, or not on the ground, but on the paper. And it just makes a bunch of colorful dots. And they can draw with it, they can stamp with it, just make little circles. And they love it. It's great for young babies because, once again, it's really chunky. It's easier for them to hold, and it's easy for them to just stamp down. So really easy for younger kids. But like I said, this is a little bit more staining. It will stay on their hands for a little while. If they get on them. So you definitely either want to make sure you're supervising a lot, that they're not putting their hand on the ink pad here, or just, live with them having a little ink on their hands. It's up to you. But do-a-dots are a super fun art activity for this age. All right, and then last thing is Play-Doh. Now, Play-Doh for younger kids can be a little bit dangerous because you don't really want them to eat it. So if you have two options, you can either use regular Play-Doh like this and just supervise really well, or you can make your own edible Play-Doh, which there's plenty of recipes online. You can look up on Pinterest or Google and just look up edible Play-Doh recipes. There's plenty of them out there. So that's kind of a way you could modify it for a younger child, but I love all of these little Play-Doh accessories. It's really great, once again, for the fine motor skills to just play with the Play-Doh, and it's a good sensory experience. And yeah, so that's really like my main art supplies I use for my kiddos. If you have like other art supplies that you use for this age that I didn't mention, definitely like leave it in the comments below. I would love, as always, for this video to be a resource for other parents and kind of share ideas on here. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching. If you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. I would love to have you subscribe and continue along our journey and learn more about me and my family and foster care, adoption, baby and toddler product videos, and all the things I post here on this channel. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your summer, guys, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.